get her to, go somewhere else. I don't know. I feel like a dick any way I say this. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not into her. But
You're not into her, then...
the issue was we like made out like a few times. Like
is this
I
on?
was, yeah.
This is on?
Mm-hmm.
You should have told me beforehand.
Why? That's how this happens, man. Everybody who comes on is always the same reaction. Like, wait, is this going on right now?
Because I was trying to understand what it's going to be about.
What do you mean what it's going to be about? It's going to be about whatever it's going to be about, man. You gotta
should have topics or something.
Topics.
Special guests.
Topics.
Special topics for special guests. That's what you should have.
What kind of podcast do you think this is, man? A good one?
Yeah, I was gonna say a legitimate one.
Oh,
with special interviews,
dude,
and special topics.
Look,
for the special interviewees.
Look, I'm working on an intro song right now, and
I could make like an electronic intro song.
You should do that.
I might have some on my phone. That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, that you made, or is this?
I made like a long time ago. If I can find it.
All right. Well, if you find it,
I'm just trying to like think of how to get through this right now. Anyway, so yeah, what's up?
No, I'm saying like I've been trying to give this girl like sort of signs without being too rude about it, because I still want to be friends with her. But she's not getting the hints. You know what I mean? Is this it?
Is it? I tell Nintendo Jam. It's like a polyphonic synth thing. I was going to use it as a ringtone.
You could do that as a ringtone. That looks... Seems like that'd be a good ringtone. These are ones you made, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't even really hear all the tracks.
I don't want to get, like, copyright infringement or whatever.
Yeah, because millions of people are listening.
Well, let me tell you, when this gets big...
See, that's too, like, chill. I thought the other one would be funny. I don't know. I swear there's more on here. I don't even remember what any of these sound like.
These sound amazing, man. You should totally, like, do something with these.
They're bullshit.
You made them, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I think some of them I thought would be like alright ringtones or something, if anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, this seems like a good ringtone. All of them, like, so far, they seem... You only showed 3, but it's like...
I think they were all pretty much supposed to be made for ringtone kind of shit.
Yeah.
This wouldn't be a theme song, though.
No, I mean,
one of them
really.
might be, though. Oh, I don't like that at all. I don't like that
It's
at
an
all.
awesome ringtone. It's something that'll catch your ear. That one sucks. You can barely hear that shit. No, I mean, like, just the tones.
It's because it's on a cell phone.
Well, yeah, I get that, but what I'm saying is if I'm carrying that around in my pocket and I don't hear it, I'm not going to pick up. You know what I mean?
I think this is a song I was actually going to turn this on. You can't hear anything. You can't even hear the bass or anything. It picks up.
Believe you. I believe you. But I'm saying, as of now...
What's this one? Oh, whoa. I think this is the one I have as my ringtone.
Maybe that's why you never pick up my calls.
What is that supposed to mean?
You can't hear this shit, man!
It was just loud as shit. I don't like that peaking sound, man.
Nobody likes the peaking sound. You gotta get it. You gotta have that peak sometimes. Go to the top of the mountain.
Well, that's a badass little chill beat.
As a beat, yeah, it's nice for a toddler, Like,
I think there's a couple that's just like all guitar on loops. Just loop pedal and guitar.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
man.
you probably can't even hear it on that shit either way.
Here comes the cool kids. The cool kids.
Oh no, this was awesome. I mean, this is my text ringtone. Doesn't it sound like it would come with like a phone?
Yeah. No, that sounds good. As a text ringtone, yeah. That
Yeah.
works. Yeah, text you don't need like a long ringtone or anything. You just need like a
It was like
beep
3
or
seconds,
something.
yeah.
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Yeah, I guess that. I thought I had more on here. I guess maybe I deleted to make room for apps.
Or you just like downloaded too much porn or something. I don't know.
My phone can't even hold like one app, let alone a porn. Every time I try to get another app, I gotta delete 60 other apps. That phone's retarded.
Dude, I know. And I had the old phone I had was like I got an SD memory card and it wouldn't read with the phone. So like I ended up having to I think I had
Didn't I have a water bottle up in this bitch?
I had a choice of like just doing like one app or extra app and then the web browser for like Facebook or whatever. So like there'd be like a month or something I'd have Snapchat and then I'd take it off to make memes or something like that. Cigarette went out.
I tossed it.
You tossed it.
Why?
You tossed it.
Did you want some of it?
No. It's littering. Litterbug.
Yeah, I think there's a little more problems going on.
Then the
than
litter.
a cigarette butt.
Sure. There's always more problems going on.
But if we go to war with North Korea, I'm enlisting.
Yeah?
Yeah. Definitely.
You want to fight North Korea in the
I just want to fight anyone.
Anyone.
Yeah.
You know there's a war going on like now.
Yeah, but that's bullshit. That's not. You're not gonna get to shoot at anyone because you can't shoot at anyone. And you're just gonna drive over an IED. End the story.
Mm.
I want to go like World War II style war.
Oh, okay. Right.
Front lines.
I don't think we have those wars anymore.
Who knows what it's gonna be like with North Korea?
Well, sure. I mean, that might be the last real war we would actually
And then
get into.
If Russia might get involved, which they probably won't because they need us for the Middle East.
Yeah, I don't think Russia really wants to go to war.
They're just like a shit talker,
Yeah.
like a jailhouse shit talking kid.
Mm-hmm. But North Korea, I don't know, man. That's like they have nukes now, right?
They might have them, but I don't think they can launch them very far. I don't think they can even launch them out of their own country. I don't know. I haven't watched the news in like over a year. The only time I watched the news in jail was when Trump dropped the biggest bomb ever
Which one
on
was
like
that?
Iraq or somewhere like that.
He dropped the bomb?
Yeah, it was the biggest bomb ever dropped.
I don't even remember this. Okay.
Biggest non-atomic
atomic
bomb ever dropped.
Mm.
And I think they mainly did it just to show North Korea, because they have a lot of bases underground. And this, like, almost makes like a sort of mini earthquake and it fucks up underground bases. So I think we dropped it on ISIS underground bases, but we kind of did it also to show North Korea, like, yo, what's up? We got you. Are we gonna do
I don't remember this, but okay. I mean,
this? I think it was like 4 months ago. I was in jail. That's like the only time I really watched the news.
Jeez.
Because I thought we were going to war.
Right.
Because when you're in jail, you're not a part of society, so fuck them. Especially after hearing the election, I was just like, wow, yeah.
Yeah, the election was bizarre, dude. I mean, I
knew it was a possibility, but I thought that if Trump got elected, it would bring the country closer.
Mm-hmm.
Because people would be more politically involved, and then so something like that didn't happen again, and then we try to get him impeached, and there'd be protests, and bring everyone together more.
Yeah, but see, like
it's just a really weird outcome that I would have never expected, especially since he didn't get the majority vote. But
that's what I'm saying. It's like
it's almost like the people who are for him and with him are like kind of too extreme
Mm-hmm.
to fuck with compared to like all the liberals.
No, I mean, like, I follow a lot of no, I follow a lot of like right wing stuff on like Twitter, like speakers of the houses and shit, and like a lot of retweets and responses to the things. And it's like, you know what? There is a significant amount of people I see posting pro Trump and pro right wing thing. Like, I don't think
It's people you wouldn't even expect, especially when I was in jail. A
Yeah.
lot of black people saying Obama divided the country racially, which I think is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, just because it's not like we never had race problems before Obama.
no, we didn't.
And not one single person can fix a problem that's been going on since,
The
you
start
know,
of the
two
nation.
races have ran into each other, really. Yeah, the start of the nation, but even
Right.
before that, probably.
Well, that wasn't our problem, man. No, I mean,
No,
like,
it's a big problem, but
it
I don't
is.
think not one person can fix it. You know, Martin Luther King couldn't, Malcolm X. Martin Luther King couldn't fix it.
no. I mean, I do
People
think
celebrate him. So Obama, how's he supposed to fix it when he's also president? He has rules to follow. He has.
Well, here's the thing: is like a lot of people were like expecting Obama to sort of signify on a, you know, what is it? Not hypothetical, but like symbolic level of like
Unity.
racism ending.
Unity, yeah. I
Right,
know,
but
like,
it's like, you know what? If
but
that's the case,
what were the
how
actions
come?
he was supposed to take to do it? And then when people say he didn't get anything done in there, is because majority of the House and Senate and shit were all Republican, and they didn't let him get anything done.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I mean, he did get some things done, like gay marriage is legal.
and that's the kind of shit that in jail people hate, and that really pisses them off.
Gay marriage.
Any shit like that.
Yeah, any liberal
shit.
thing. Yeah. No, it's like some
You think
things.
it's gay.
You know what?
Faggots
Obama.
don't deserve any rights because they're
Yeah.
not people.
Right.
But-
Okay. And you're complaining about racism. Like, it's stupid. I mean, the whole thing is like, look, you can't. Symbols don't necessarily have power unless you give it to them. And, like, symbolically, Obama being the first black president or colored president, symbolically, yeah, it had some significance. But, I mean, it doesn't mean we haven't had more issues with race and police and systematic racism. Black Lives Matter movement started when Obama was president. I mean, like, there's certain things that are like you can't
I just
ignore.
heard people say crazy shit like when Trayvon Martin got killed and Obama said that could have been his son.
Yeah,
People said like him saying shit like that is what divided the country.
yeah. I mean,
But that's a
but-
fact. It was
exactly.
a black kid, and he's black, and his wife, he's half black, but his wife's black. If he had a son, he probably would have looked a lot like him. Either
Right.
way, be like probably the same color, and that's just facts. It's not like he's trying to stir up shit.
yeah. No,
It's
I
just
mean,
the thought that came to his head, and that's probably the thought that came to any black man's head.
mm-hmm.
'Cause that could have been my son or black woman.
Yeah.
Good.
Start again here, and go from there, and see if this. There's a button here I can turn the screen off. That way it saves the battery. But I did this last time. I don't know. Try this one more time. Sorry about that. Some technical issues happened, and now we're back. But
Some weird chicks messaged me on Facebook.
yeah.
It's just weird. I don't think I know her. Every time I ask have we met before, it goes on to this whole other.
Sounds like a bot.
No, because she knows a couple people I know.
I mean, are you Facebook friends with the people she's talking about?
Yeah, but I don't know.
That might-
Anyway,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like talking politics and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, I'm not.
I mean, and also I'm not that up to date with it. I didn't watch it at all the past few years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to talking about politics. It's not my favorite subject to talk about. Like, I was big into it when the election was going on because it's more of a current thing going on. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm bleeding or political theories and shit. All my, the other 4 years or other 3 years, the president's not getting elected. But no, I mean, it it's frustrating to see people during that time get really worked up. Um, but at the same time, the people who are like, it's like people who get pissed off because they think everybody else is stupid, but you're talking about an entire population that has access to shit like keeping up with the Kardashians that they watch, or like, people are just working. Like, it's not like people have a lot of time to invest into things. And, like, the whole thing with Trump versus Hillary, I mean, like, I know people who said they voted for Trump because they just didn't like Hillary, like, that much. And they didn't really care, like, if Trump was terrible or not, but everybody has different reasons why they vote for things. I didn't vote for either one, and I guess that means, like, some people thought I was part of the issue of why Trump won, which is kind of annoying as well, because it's like the amount of people voting for third party didn't change where the vote would have went to. Like that, the whole thing with Hillary, like, she won more votes. It was just the whole I guess where the what is it, electoral votes. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think if everybody voted for one or the other, I don't think it would have made a difference.
I don't think so either. And then people keep saying we've had the electoral votes for, like, I don't know, 80 years or some shit. But I don't think any election had ever been decided by the electoral votes, not the general.
No, Bush did it. This is the
Bush
second time.
won because of the recount. Because we didn't do the recount, and his brother Jeb Bush was what?
Governor of Florida. Yeah,
governor of Florida when that happened. So that was a little shady in itself. But that's
shady.
That's a whole different kind of shady.
But
not to even mention the whole Russia thing, and it seems more and more like a possibility just because he fired Comey and stuff like that. But I don't know. Either way, it's just a lot of the news. They put shit up like that to get viewers. You don't know whether it's bullshit or not, and I don't think any of us will ever know unless the charges come out.
Right.
And either way, none of us are going to know what is bullshit or not until due time. And until then, I'm not going to waste my time arguing with people about it and shit.
No, I don't argue with people. I mean, like, it's an endless battle over something
if
that,
you bring
like,
up religion or politics with anyone, it most likely can turn and will turn into an argument.
Sure. I mean, you and I aren't arguing now, but I'm saying, like, as far as political things go, I don't necessarily see me as having any real power or ability to change anything except on a personal level. Like, say, if I volunteer into some kind of campaign, or if I just go vote. I mean, like, there's things I can do as a single person, but I can't change, like, foreign policy. I can't change, like, different things that somebody might be upset about, like where the funding's going from the government. Like, why aren't we spending more on arts versus military or whatever? It's like, that's beyond me as a person. And I think people forget that, and they just argue because they want their point to be right. The difference with politics and, like, religion is that with religion, it's a personal belief. I can have whatever personal belief I want, like, at that point, if you're getting into a discussion about it, it seems like you can have a real personal discussion or an argument if you want to get really, like, egotistical about it, But I think it's just the idea that everybody has different points of view, and if you don't take those into consideration enough to the point that you can just respect that person as that's their point of view, I mean, at least on a face level. Yeah, exactly.
If you don't agree, disagree. it's not gonna go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't hear people out, it's definitely not gonna go anywhere.
Right.
Because a lot of people are already stuck in their ways and their thought.
Yeah.
And whoever they tune into to get their news, people like Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
And shit like that.
And that's within like just
I don't know. I just
verbal
honestly
thing.
I don't want to talk politics.
No, it's fine. I mean,
guess
I'm
we
not
could
talking
talk some religion,
politics
maybe, only
specifically,
because
but
I like to talk about metaphysical things.
sure.
That's what matters to me. Spiritual, metaphysical
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature. I don't know.
Well, I was gonna say though is that like I don't mind necessarily talking about anything political, religious, spiritual, metaphysical. Nothing. Like I don't really like. I'll talk about whatever you want. The idea though is that like to me, there's only so much that I can do, and unless like somebody's, I'm trying to argue with somebody to not shoot me. You know, it's like an argument's just an argument. It doesn't go anywhere. That's why, like, I think it's better to be just, you know, give people a chance to speak what they're trying to say. I'm sorry I was cutting you off there. You know, it's kind of hypocritical there.
Yeah,
but
I mean, if you don't keep an open ear, there's no reason to even talk to people, I don't think.
right. And I was just saying the difference between...
Some people just like to hear themselves talk, and they want to get out what they want to get out. And
Stop talking about me,
man. And then
man.
they close their ears. And I'm talking about a bunch of other people.
No, I know. Well, I figured. No, I just... It's weird is that, what was it? There's an author, Jack Donovan, I think. And this is sort of getting about, like, not religious, but, like, law and stuff. Is that, you know, every letter of the law is backed by violence. You know what I mean? So, like, you can talk as much as you want, and as soon as you take action, that's when your words come into effect, you know, and you can't necessarily separate one from the other. But I mean, when you're talking about just verbal conversations about things, that can go as far as you want. But at some...
freedom of speech.
Right. At some point, though, it's like they say freedom of speech, yes, but don't yell fire in a theater kind of thing. So, words can have effects on people, but I think a lot of times, especially
that's just
nowadays,
other laws. Fire in a theater, you could probably just get a fine.
Yeah.
You say bomb on a plane, you're going to like Gitmo or some shit,
right?
Because that's a bullshit new law that all has to do with really making money and getting gas over there. Because I mean, I know terrorists are kind of a real thing, but they don't really terrorize America.
Well, the thing is, like, terrorist is such a fucking general
that's the thing about
term.
it. It's like a zodiac, like horoscope shit. It's all so general,
right?
That you can put anyone in it and say that that's who they are.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
like I look pretty Middle Eastern, and when I go to airports, I get searched random. They say it's random.
Yeah.
Like 20 times, and I make a fuss because it's bullshit. I'm not even of that descent. That race. But as long as I don't say bomb, I can say whatever. I can tell them to go fuck themselves. They can suck my dick.
Sure.
Look through my shit 20 times. I'm getting on my plane.
Well, you should be able to, too.
I can. As long as I don't say bomb, I can say whatever I want. So I take that opportunity to try to fuck with them. Grind them up.
Right.
And then the more scene I make,
I guess.
The more scene I make about it, usually they try to fall back afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Because then everyone else is looking and they're like, whoa, what's going on?
Right. I mean, within a sense, you kind of want people to be looking at you while that's happening, so nothing serious witnesses. Comes back or happens out of that. Like, that's the thing. It's like, what was the one guy? I'm forgetting his name.
When I got this charge, this DUI charge that I did a year for and I might have to do another year for,
yeah,
the cops called me a sand nigger. I never heard that before in my life besides the other DUI charge I got where they called me a sand nigger, the cops.
You never heard anybody say that or say that to you?
I've never heard the phrase sand nigger in my life until the cops said it to me twice. 2 different sets of cops, 2 different occasions.
I mean, I've heard that phrase. I don't like...
And I know it's, like, especially in jail, in all the movies you see, someone saying that they weren't even guilty, everyone thinks, oh, that's bullshit. But
No, I mean, it happens. I mean,
but
you gotta
for
think
me,
is-
I was not driving intoxicated. I was in like two really bad car accidents, and it was because people were driving intoxicated.
Mhm.
I take it seriously. I wasn't driving intoxicated, but it didn't matter. It's my word against the cops, and I have a history of drug use.
Mhm.
And
Well, even without a history of drug use or anything, like you can, like I've gotten into shit where, like speeding tickets or something. But
yeah,
it's
but
like
they don't show up for that's just a different story.
no, I mean like the cops will show up, and at
sometimes they don't, but
sometimes they
for
don't, and then you
DUI,
get off.
the
But
state, just this state alone, last time I looked it up before I got booked up, just
yeah,
Pennsylvania alone makes $80 million a year off DUIs. That Westchester courthouse is pretty much built on DUIs.
yeah,
It's a money-making scheme for the state. They're going to make it. They're going to try to convict you mainly for that fine money. But
Mhm.
most states in this country don't give you jail time for DUIs. They get the fine money. You're on probation,
yeah.
and you're done
Mhm.
after a year or two, whatever, however many DUIs you have.
Which probably
But
helps
this
with your
state-
job and stuff like that.
Like
you know?
this, Pennsylvania has. I mean, I heard this in jail, so it's from inmate.com. But Pennsylvania has the most prisons in the country, and they're overcrowded. There's a lot of shit going on when I was locked up because so many jails are overcrowded. They're sending people all these other places, and they're trying to close some down that aren't being as profitable. It's all money. And whenever anything has to do with money, like my situation right now, they're sending me back. They sent me back for a 10-day detox at Graterford
Right.
because I had a hot urine.
Okay.
After really supposedly one hot urine is a freebie.
Okay.
So when I had that first hot one, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything at
What were
all
you
because I didn't want
hot
to go
with?
back to jail.
Was it
And
just
because
weed?
I don't even like it was no, it wasn't. I don't even really want to get into that. But
Okay.
but that and the curfew. But they sent me back to Graterford prison for detox, which is insane.
Yeah.
But they do that because they get $40,000, $60,000 intake money for it.
Right.
And
Yeah,
then,
no, the whole-
then they send me to this Luzerne rehab in Philly because they get money for that too.
Yeah.
And anytime money's involved with shit, it's fucked up and it's corrupt. And I think it's messed up because there is a heroin epidemic, all right?
Mhm.
And they're not helping it. They're locking people up. And they're doing that because they know they're going to keep coming back and they know they're going to keep getting that intake fee money. And the longer they stay, they get more money from them every year. And that's how that's set up. And there's lobbyists and they're all like in the law. They all work together for more money.
Mhm.
And it's a fucked up system that I don't think is really ever going to change. It definitely won't change with Trump.
No, I don't see
But-
Trump changing the prison system, other than making more prisons.
Because I've had cellies who were there because they were fighting cases of manslaughter, murder, and shit. And honestly, the coolest cellies I ever had were people who were fighting bodies. And I only want to say that because there's people who get wrapped up in bullshit, especially in gangs in the streets of Philly, to survive.
Right.
And they aren't bad people, but they did bad things. And when you're in a cell and you have a long time to think about it, and I've talked to these people, when you're in a cell with someone,
Mhm.
you talk a lot.
Yeah.
Especially if it's in like an intake block where you don't have radio, you don't have TV, you can't even go to the library. You're just sitting in your cell with your cellie. And a lot of those people want to change their lives. They don't want to be back. No one likes being there. But
So wait a minute, you're telling me nobody enjoys jail?
a lot of people actually get institutionalized, and yeah, they do enjoy it. They like coming back.
Yeah. I guess that could be like a sort of
They bring
Stockholm
you
syndrome
don't,
almost
all
too.
you do is you walk the chow. You don't have to cook the food.
Yeah.
You don't have to even decide what to eat. When I first got out, I could never decide what to eat because usually the meal's brought in front of me.
Yeah.
And then at night, I would always cook the same things with my commissary food. I was always cook chi-chis,
Right.
wraps, stromboli, shit like that. But everything was really weird getting out. Just silence was really weird because it's really loud in jail all the time.
What's the noises in jail? Just people yelling and
People yelling, people talking shit.
yeah. Guess nothing else to do.
A lot of different shit. People rapping.
Any good
sports,
rappers
yelling.
in jail?
When I first got the first time I was a grader for, there was actually someone who had a lot of real good original songs.
Yeah.
And on the gates, you can pound on the gate, do like a little beat
Sure.
on the
Okay.
gate, and he would rap and do the beat.
Mm.
And his 3 original songs were fucking amazing. And like every night, people would even yell, start a fuss to have him do them.
Right.
And then it would like stir up a bunch of shit. People would start breaking shit.
What's his name? Do you know?
I only know his name was Shiz. I know he got like 13 years or something. Someone told me in the holding tank.
Okay. Well, here on Saturday After Sam's, Shiz, if you get out, we'll have you on anytime you want.
No, yeah, Shiz is a cool dude. I didn't really talk to him that much, but he's a cool dude.
Well, apparently he's got some good raps, man. People are asking for him.
No, yeah, Rep Your Hood was the name of his one song. When he did it, it was like a loop. Like, he had it so down, it sounded like the
Nice.
chorus was like on a loop machine. And since it was Rep Your Hood, at the end of the song, everyone started banging on the gates like 215, 215, like
Nice.
Allentown, 610. And then people were breaking glass and shit.
Holy
Dude,
shit.
it was nuts. Graterford's nuts, man. The block is like
Yeah.
2 football fields, and everyone's all yelling out, trying to scare you and shit. People check in the PC, which is protective custody, like twice a day because they're afraid. Because I'm telling you, if anyone walked up on the block at Graterford,
Yeah.
it's crazy. There's people. It's called fishing when you like try to grab shit from other people's cells.
Okay.
You make like a line, and you usually have like a bottle. They can put something in it, or tie something to it to throw it,
Okay. Yeah.
and then they tie something to it.
So that's like the
and then
bait
you reel
kinda
it. You
thing.
reel it back. So you
Yeah.
see all these people like passing shit, passing wicks, like fire, so
Huh.
they can light their cigarettes because there's no lighter in that
okay.
cell. So you see fire going across, food going across, everyone yelling, like, yo, shirts for Brown. Like they're trying to get the shirts that you came in with intake
Right.
for like 3 cigarettes, which is a huge ripoff. But when you first get upstate, you hadn't had a smoke for a while, so
Sure.
everyone does it. So everyone's yelling, trying to get your T-shirts for their Brown. You know, you see
What is
all
a Brown
this
you mean?
fire. Brown's tobacco.
Okay.
And see all this fire going by, food going by, then people are yelling, like fucking with people, like, yo, he's a rat. Like, yo, he's a pedophile. And they're like, no, that's not me. No, no, no. And they get all scared. I was like, yo, we're going to fuck you up. What cell you in? And the next thing you know, they
That's
check
fucked
in the
up.
PC.
Jesus, that's funny.
It's hilarious, but then people get real scared. They check in the PC.
Right.
And a lot of times you can tell if someone's a pedophile or some shit like that. And they need
Yeah.
they deserve to go there, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
How would you tell who's a pedophile?
They're usually really pale because they're sick in the head.
Okay.
You can just usually tell. Or, you know, people are locked up in counties so long, they get the paper, they see what's going on, so then when they see that person, they read that article.
Mm.
Like, yeah, he raped his 8-year-old daughter. Someone fuck him up. What cell's he in? We're going to fuck you up. And usually they get scared to check in the PC.
Right.
And at Graterford, when someone checks in the PC, the whole block starts singing like, nah, 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 nah.
Yeah, the
Hey,
goodbye song.
hey, hey, goodbye. Like the whole block. Like it's
Oh,
so
man.
loud it shakes your head. The whole block. And that's how you know someone checked in the PC. Then everyone hops on their gate to see who it is and shit.
Right. Now, what would happen if that guy, you
Graterford's
see that
nuts.
guy, you see
when
who
I was
it
at
is.
Graterford, the first time I was there for 2 weeks.
Mm.
I saw like 10 people get stabbed. They were throwing
Oh my
piss. They were
God.
throwing piss on people. I saw them knock out, like beat the fuck out of this old head. Like, he looked like he was 55 for a $20 commissary bag. And then
What?
he was dangling off the top tier. If you fall off the top tier, you're dead. He was knocked out, dangling off the top tier. And then there's a few times people got stabbed in front of the cameras and they didn't know who did it. So they searched the cells looking for the banger, for the shank.
Right.
So the cameras weren't on. I was wondering why in the holding cell the guard kept talking about the cameras so much. It's because they weren't on.
Okay.
And,
Somebody
and
figured out how to
Graterford-
turn the cameras
Graterford,
off.
there's like no airflow.
Okay.
You're in your cell, and every time I've been there, it's been summer. It's about
Oh,
104
Jesus.
degrees in the cell. It's hard to sleep because when you fall asleep, you wake up in a puddle of sweat.
And this is supposed to
And-
help
and you don't-
reform society?
Yeah, and you don't, if you don't, and you can't even get commissary for weeks So if you have nothing, you can't go to the library. You just sit in your cell and you talk to your cellie when you're in the intakes. Like our block at Camp Hill, when they classify you, you are only in your cell for 7 to 10 days. The only times they take you out is to do tests.
Okay.
And then you go right back in within an hour.
Tests
and
like
they have
what,
a bag
blood work or...
of food for you. You don't get chow food. You just get a sandwich, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and raisins.
What kind of tests would they do then?
Like classification stuff, like psych.
Just to see what your
questions
mental
to
capacity
see,
and...
Yeah, your drug use, psych, and then like tests like, you know, to see like your education level. Then yeah, you got to see psych, get evaluated. If you're on meds, just random shit. And yeah, you're in the cell literally 24 hours a day with nothing. You read the fucking parole handbook and inmate guide handbook 50 million times, so you remember
How big
every
is that
rule,
book?
because that's all they give you. Not big at all.
Okay.
Like 80 pages.
Oh, okay. I mean, that might still take me a while to read, I guess, but
No.
not if I'm
Now
don't
if
have
you have
anything
nothing
else
to do for a week.
Right. You probably read through that like 4 or 5 times at least.
Yeah, it's terrible. I forgot how bad it was. They sent me back there for detox for failed urine, which at failed urine usually is like a slide. So honestly, I feel like they kind of screwed me over with that. And then yeah, I went to the Luzerne place.
How many more
it's
days
a long
do you
story,
have, you
but
think?
For what?
Until you have to go back. You said 10 days?
I think I was going to turn myself back in Monday.
Monday? Okay.
Because if I wait any longer, then I'm going to have to do the whole year for sure. If I do it sooner, they'll make me just do it at this parole rehab. That's worse than jail, really. You don't go outside. There's no yard. You're in there for 3 months. There's no smoking, no nothing. You know, and when you're in prison, you can buy tobacco in commissary. You can smoke whenever you want, pretty much.
So what's
You have a TV. I had a cassette player. I could go to the library, get cassettes. I had a radio. I had music all day, every day. I had a TV. It wasn't music I always wanted to listen to.
So
but now they give tablets too. You can download.
Yeah, okay. I heard about the tablet.
You can download songs and shit. But when I got my tablet, it broke like that day. But
are they like decent tablets or like what is it?
It's probably
Acer,
like $40. It's like a state company.
Oh, okay.
I actually still have it. Mine's broken. But
No,
I
you know
actually
what?
Brought it home.
I mean, like I know somebody in prison now. I visit and talk to every now and then, and he was talking about how you can email now, but they charge you for the email.
Yeah, I was doing some emails a little bit.
Yeah, it was like 40 cents an
Apparently
email or
it's really
something.
hard. Really hard to set up.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
It takes a minute. Like, it takes a little bit to set
Everyone
up.
I asked to set it up said it was really hard.
Okay. No,
But you
I
never
know,
really know if that's just an excuse.
No, you know what? My mom was trying to set something up as well with that, and she was having issues. So
who
maybe
do you know
it's.
who do you know that was in jail?
I'd rather not say on the podcast here.
You visit them a lot?
Yeah, I mean not as much as I should
Are they
recently.
in
But
Chester County though?
No, they're out by Pittsburgh. It's Mercer. But anyway, I mean like the email system. I think my a friend of I have my friend Tim who was doing it as well. He could figure it out, but he's kind of my age anyway. But no, I don't know. Like I know there's like more access to inmates, but they charge you for everything. Like it's every email, every letter. Like it's just nickeling and diming people, and it's almost making it so they charge you enough where it's just inconveniencing you, and it gets on your nerves. And someone who's not even in prison, it's like I'm not like no offense to any inmate, but it's like I'm not the prisoner here.
Yeah, but
Why
they buy it on commissary for you to be able to talk to them. So it's their money. I mean, if you send money, put money on their books, then you pay for it. But
sure,
most likely it's going to be their money. But you know, like when you buy one song on the tablet there, it's $3, and they make probably millions of dollars. I bet every prison in Pennsylvania probably makes hundreds of millions of dollars off commissary.
Oh, at least $100,000, you know, like.
No.
I'm saying at least. I mean, I don't know how many. I don't know the population.
Millions. The prices are completely overinflated. Like getting just one little pack of ramen noodle soup is like 80 cents, almost $1.
Well, this is what I don't understand is that you're talking about like physical objects that, like, you know, you need people to actually transport that between one point and another, like through prison, and you know, then you're talking about you're paying guards and stuff to check the stuff. I mean, that makes sense to me. But when you talk about like downloading a song, why are you charging 3 times as much as it is that Apple charges? Like,
to make more money.
It makes more money, but it's like
It's the only reason why, to make more money.
It's off of something that's not even real. Like, it's not a real thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
know
get
what
that.
you mean by that.
Well, no, I mean, it's digital. It's nothing physical.
It's still real. It's still numbers. You know? Just because it's stored in the digital world doesn't mean it's not real.
Yeah, but
when
what are
you
you...
hit play, it plays that music, and that's really real.
Right, but who...
Hearing music in jail that you want to hear
Mm-hmm.
is probably like one of the best feelings I've ever had in jail.
Mm.
And it's definitely real.
So, if you were to tell people one thing that you could use in prison, music would at least be on the top 5.
That's what I think saved me, you know, from being completely mentally destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Music, yeah. I mean, TV, if you go upstate, you get a TV, but
Yeah.
you get sort of sick of it. They play the same shit. It's public channels. They have a block movie channel where they play like movies that just came out on DVD.
That's kind of cool. Did you see Get Out then?
No, I didn't. They never put that on there.
Try not to inspire anybody.
Last time I saw it.
Try not to inspire anybody.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about it, except one time I was watching like a Chris Hardwick show where he was interviewing him, Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
And they said it had like Rotten Tomatoes 99% score, which I never even really heard of.
Well, that was the thing, was that it was actually at 100 for a while, and they knocked it down to 99.
I don't even think movies like Citizen Kane have 100%.
Yeah. I think that might have been the reason why, which is kind of stupid, because, like,
well,
look,
hearing that made me really want to see it.
Yeah, it is a very good movie. Like, I recommend it to a lot of different
Saying
people.
He created a whole new genre and all that stuff.
No, not a whole new genre,
And then
but it's like...
They said it's called social satire, the new genre he created, and that, and then, like, out of nowhere, he's on the lists of, like, 100 greatest influence people on Time and shit. To me, it all came out of the blue, because I only know him from Key and Peele and Keanu.
Yeah. Well, they came from Mad TV, too.
Yeah, I know, but I don't really remember them that much on Mad TV.
I saw one skit with them. It was, like, about these 2 gangster-type people, or street thugs, but they ended up being gay lovers. And it was just the communication was like twisted from a territorial thing to a relationship kind of thing. But
sounds like some Wire Omar shit, like a skit on Omar.
Right. No, but like I mean that's the first time I heard about them, and that was a while ago. But as far as a new genre, I wouldn't call it a new genre, because like
that's just what they said on TV during the interview.
Well, you know. Some people exaggerate. No, like it's definitely a social commentary on racial issues, race relations between people, and definitely like.
I heard it was like a joke horror. Guess who's coming to dinner? Is what I heard.
Oh yeah, that's kind of it. But no, like it's kind of. I guess that might be the battery. No, it's similar, I heard, to Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Different social commentaries as far as horror goes, but it's like a thriller kind of horror, or psychological thriller.
And then that new Alien movie had a really, really high Rotten Tomatoes score, too. Like 95 or something.
But I'm going to call this podcast pretty much almost over. I know that this is gonna end short shorter than I really wanted to. But at the end of each podcast, we do a segment of it's called Xavier Runyon's Advice section. And Xavier's the other guy who's usually on the podcast. He's working right now. But basically, he gives a bit of advice. It doesn't have to be real or anything, but if you could give a piece of advice, one thing you want to tell people, what would it be?
I have to think about that.
If the one was, I'm trying to think. It's like, if you're going to use counterfeit money, don't try it with Canadian coins.
Or something like a joke thing.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
deeper than that.
No, I mean, you can be deep if you want. I mean, it's just saying it doesn't have to be. Like, don't use the same towel for your face as your ass. You know, like anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even in a good state to give any advice to anyone right now.
Yeah.
Just don't do something if it doesn't feel right. I don't know.
That sounds pretty solid.
Yeah. Treat others as you'd like to be treated. I think the world would be a better place if everyone did that. And freedom's a state of mind. No, don't go to jail.
That seems pretty solid.
And if you're innocent, fight no matter how hard it is. Fight. Because you're going to regret it if you don't.
Now, if people want to get a hold of you, send you letters or email you, what can they...
I don't know, I guess, because I don't know where I'm going to have to go.
Right.
You know, I only did a year and I was at like 5 different prisons. If you just Googled my name and then my inmate number is MQ3812.
Okay.
Jacob, J-C-O-B, Cordery, C-O-R-D-E-R-Y, MQ3812. It'll probably come up with where I'm at, and then you have to look up the address for that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Or through someone else I know.
Right. No, I mean, we have some listeners. You never know. Somebody might want to talk to you. And audience, you're more than welcome to mail Jake here anytime you want. I'm sure he would appreciate any
letters
communication.
It's like Christmas every time you get a letter in jail.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to call it. That's podcast. You guys have a lovely evening.